Hi, well, my Whirlpool fridge freezer, it's only a few years old, started tripping the electrics. It's been doing it a couple of weeks now, but I normally turn it off and on a few times and it's alright, but this evening it's staying off. I suspect it's the defrost element, so I'm going to show you how to find it, take it apart, check it. So I've taken out all the shelves, all the right hand shelf supports. But this model has the ice maker in the rear, not in the door. I've unscrewed this ice maker dispenser motor, big heavy metal assembly. Taken off the right motor support, going to take off the left, unscrew the ice maker, remove the panels down the back. Right, so I've nearly stripped everything out. If you've got the later model with the ice maker up here, put ice into the door, doesn't matter, leave that in place, strip off all the rear panels. While the fridge freezer is in this condition, at the top right hand corner, if you've got the earlier model and you need to take out the air diffuser, you'll find 4 feet up here. That lets the cold air into the fridge and the baffle often breaks. So as I say, earlier model, compress the 4 feet, top corner, release it and drop the diffuser into the fridge. Right, so back to my model. So I've taken off all the right hand shelf supports, all the shelves, all the top pieces of plastic, left the ice maker in there, managed to pull the other bits of plastic from around the side. So remove these back panels. Right, so I can see this had finished defrosting because all the ice is gone, and this, you can see it's wet everywhere, and it's that moisture gets into this element. Wires are there and there, and trips the electrics. That's the evaporator fan. Blows cold air to the top of the freezer, some of it into the fridge, and that's your frost stat that senses ice on the evaporator. So what I've got to do, take the 2 screws for this fan assembly, which sits on top of this aluminium evaporator, take the 2 screws out, pull the bottom of the evaporator out, unclip the element and go from there. If you want to ascertain it's your heating element tripping your electrics, just pull one of these apart, either this left or this right one, or pull them both apart and turn the electric back on. 99 out of 100 times it's this defrost element that will trip your electrics. Right, so I've taken the cover off, taken the 2 screws from that plastic fan assembly. The element is secured at the bottom. One clip there, clips up around here, and one clip on the right. So undo these 2 clips, pull this assembly forward gently. So as I say, just pull the bottom out a few inches. Be careful. Be careful of these pipes up here, you don't want to fracture them. Well, on this later model I had to unclip the plastic 2 lugs sitting in the side of this aluminium tray, drop the tray out and the element comes out with it. So these plugs also look different to the older version, so make sure you get the right element for the right model. I know the earlier models got round posts, round pins. This later one's got spades. I've got another element, might have to chop the wires temporarily, join in a good element. Right, if you've got a meter to hand, These elements usually measure about 85 ohms continuity. I've never known one to go open circuit. If I can get these pins on there, that's about 88 ohms, normally about 85. But what causes it to trip the electrics is this main is going down to earth. So look, I'm touching the case there. Got 1.6 million ohms. 1 million is enough. Normally 1 million or less is enough to trip the electrics. You can see if I press a little harder, I've got 700 ohms. So that's less than 1 million, so that will cause a house to trip, cause the electrics to trip. You can see that's 113,000 ohms at the moment, but a good element will have no continuity between one of the ends and the case. As I'll do that again for you because the element wasn't in shot. So 1 meter terminal on a plug, any plug, doesn't matter, and then to the case. So at the moment that's 2.5 million, which shouldn't trip a house, but a second ago it was more than that. It's probably drying out. But a good element will have no continuity between here and the case. I'll put the new element or replacement element from another fridge freezer I had years ago. Put the other element in, clipped it at the bottom, power's back on. The element's got to be connected for the compressor to cut in. And because this new fridge freezer's got different plugs, I happen to have some waterproof crimp connectors. You crimp them on, regular crimpers, and then heat them up and they shrink and glue seals the wires. So one there, one over the back. So that's it. That's the element. That aluminium radiator is the evaporator. That's the evaporator fan. That's the ELF thermostat. I've got another video shows you how to test that. And finally, if you've got the older fridge freezer, you want to remove the air diffuser. The 4 feet you compress will be up there. On the newer model, there's no feet. So a bit of a rush guide because this is my fridge freezer and it's late in the evening and it started tripping the electric. So quick guide on how to fix a side-by-side fridge freezer tripping the electrics. Thank you for watching.